Okay, guys. All right, so now part number two, they call it the mounting bracket. So let's go ahead and make sure that you guys save this as the mounting bracket. Here you can see that it needs to be stainless steel. Okay, stainless steel. And then we need to document our volume and surface. Well, let's go ahead and look at the dimensions of this part. Well, first you can see our overall width is 5. Here you can see your overall depth is 3, and it looks like our overall height is 1.5. Then we have some other intermediate dimensions here. We got a 3.750 from here to here, and then we got this little cutout right here that says it's 0.625. We don't know what the height is, so we got to come over here and do some math. Well, let's see here. If this is 0.750 from the top down to here, and then this right here, this part right there is 0.5, well, what is the difference between the two? 0.75, right? Or I'm sorry, 0.25 is what the difference is going to be between the two. So if we add these up, it's going to be 1.25. 1.5 minus 1.25 is 0.25, so that tells us what the height of this thing is. Okay, then here we can see that we have a 30-degree angle. Here we have this cutout. Okay, and if I look at this cutout here, you can see that this is 0.5 and 0.5. That's how thick this is, right? Well, if it's 3 inches and then this cutoff is 0.5 and this cutout is 0.5, then that means this center rectangle must be 2 inches, right? 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. All right? So it looks like this. Okay? So this is the part that we just made. We're going to go home. We're going to go new part. We're going to start our sketch. We'll go ahead and do it on this XY plane. And again, what was that? Well, let's see here. It was 5, 3, and 1.5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a center point. And we said that that is 5, tab, 1.5, enter. Okay, go ahead and finish that sketch. I'm going to extrude it opposite direction, and we're going to go 3 inches and enter. Okay. All right. So this first one here, let's go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and click on the top here. We'll get a rectangle. And we're going to, whoops, I got a center one. We just want a regular 2-point rectangle here. Let's go ahead and put that in like so. And I said that from here to there, we said was 0.5. And then from here to here, we said was 0.5. Enter. We're going to finish our sketch. We're going to extrude that. We're going to cut it, but not all the way. We're going to cut it to a distance. Well, let's look at what that distance is. Well, let's see here. If this is the top down to this level, well, then that is going to be 0.75. All right, so we'll type in 0.75. 0.75, enter. Okay, so we got the start there. Let's go ahead and click on this sketch. We're going to do a rectangle. Let's go ahead and zoom in, click and drag, and I can see I can put my distance in, so we're going to call that 0.65, tab, 0.25, enter. Okay, I'm going to come over here, start in this corner right here, click and drag. I'm just going to put it in, and then I'm going to cheat and use the equal. Equal what? That needs to be equal to that. Oh, it must not have blocked in there. Control Z. Control Z again. Get my rectangle tool. There it goes. And then I'm going to do my equal again. There we go. Finish that sketch. Extrude this one, that one, cut it all the way through. Boom. Okay, there we got that piece. Now we're going to go ahead and click on this sketch here. We're going to go ahead and project the geometry, guys. So that takes everything, it turns it yellow, and what we've done is we've projected the existing geometry there. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get our line tool. We'll kind of come in right about there and bring this in, and then we're going to dimension that thing. Well, it said from there to there, if you guys recall, was 30. Okay. And then if I look back at where that point was, right here, so from there to there was 0.5. Okay, so this bottom to that bottom should be 0.5. Alright, put it right on that line there. We're going to get another line. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to dimension this to that. We established was 30. And then from this line to that, we said was 0.5. There that is. We're going to finish that sketch. We're going to extrude what, this, and this. We're going to cut it all the way through. Kaboom. That is complete. Alright. Now we're going to do a sketch right here. I'm going to flip this. And it's supposed to be a circle. Alright. So we got to come here and find the center of things. So there's the center. I can kind of keep that line right there. I can tell that I am, if I look on my X, I can see that I'm 0.250. So that tells me that I'm at the center. Remember, it was 5 inches long. And then I'm on the Y here. So I can just go ahead and click. This is supposed to be 1 inch. Where am I getting this information? I'm getting it from the drawing here, right here, guys. So you can see from here to here is 1 inch. And then from this front to there is 2.50. But I've already done that by using the centerpiece, okay? If you guys want to check and make sure that we are, you can come here and click and you can see, yep, we are. There that is. And then the other one was from that line to that line. We're supposed to be 1. There we are. Finish our sketch. Extrude. Cut. All the way through. Enter. And boom. The part is complete. Take a peek real quick. Everything looks like it jives. And we're done. Okay. Only thing we got left now to do is stainless steel. So let's go all the way down to steel. And we're looking for stainless steel. Right there. Stainless steel. Click. There it is. File. Save as. I think it was called the mounting bracket. Okay. Mounting bracket. Save. Once it's saved, then you guys can do the same thing. iProperties, physical, update, get your math. Alright. This one is complete.